city. DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 Podcast. Dre and Willsy is the one. Let's get it. Yeah. Who with me? Let's get it. Yeah. Who with me? Yeah. I'm from the city. DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 1130 Podcast. Dre and Willsy is the one.
He the one, nigga.
So let's get it, baby.
He the one.
With me.
So
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Y'all already know what it is, man. Welcome back, you guys, to the 1130 Podcast. What's good, everybody doing out there? Appreciate you guys joining me back here for the podcast, man. I'm excited, man. It's Wednesday. How everybody doing out there? Yo, fresh off a road trip, man, this past weekend. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, good night, good afternoon to all my listeners all across the world, wherever you may be in the world right now. Just listen to the 1130 Podcast, man. I appreciate you guys joining me back here on this Wednesday. And shout out to everybody who's listening on EB Radio this morning. Yes, man, it's going to be a dope one. And for everybody who's watching on YouTube, man, if you're new to the 1130 Podcast YouTube, speaking of YouTube, man, head over to the 1130 Podcast YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe. Yes, like it, leave a comment, man, share it so we can get the 1130 Podcast up and out there even more. And don't forget, you guys, to follow the 1130 Podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, man, yo, man, I'm back at it this Wednesday, man. It felt like a long week since I joined you guys, man. We're gonna get into all of it. Oh man, yo, I had an awesome road trip, you guys, this past weekend, man. Yes, left Friday morning. Yeah, Friday morning, man. Got back Monday, like midnight, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning or something like that, man. And yo, it was a blast. Like I said, man, I'm excited to be joining you guys here on the podcast this week, man. It felt like forever. But you guys, man, we're going to talk about that, talk about everything, man. Just everything, you guys, here this week on the 1130 Podcast. But before we do and get into all of that, shout out my guest who was on last week, LaQuan Johnson, my man Quan John, for stopping past here on the 1130 Podcast, man, sharing your awesome book, Generational Ignorance, man. I thank everybody who reached out to me about that episode, man, which was a great episode. Shout out to my man, once again, Quan John, for being on the show. But you guys, man, let's get into the show this Wednesday. You dig, man? Like I said, man, it's been a long week, man. Long week. But, man, you guys, man, we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna start this one off, you guys, with the WTF moment of the week, you guys. Yeah, man. Yo, I've been gone the whole weekend, man. The whole weekend, left Friday. It was gone Saturday. I was like, yo, man, you know, to clear your mind, family vacation, man, with Bay and, you know, the in-laws, man, it was awesome, man. My father-in-law said, man, you married into a nice family, man. You go on vacations and everything, man, because I'm telling you, growing up, bro, I never went on vacations. I didn't really go nowhere. I talked about it in my documentary. For everybody who interested out, go to the 1130 Podcast YouTube channel and check out the documentary, man, just talking about it, you know, going places and, you know, been with my baby, been with fiance, man, for 8 years, going on, 8.5 years now, you know, going on 9 next year, you know, growing up, bro, I didn't really take trips. I think when we were little, we went to Sesame Street or whatever, whenever that was around, man. Went to a lot of places, though. But you guys, man, yo, like I said, man, it been a long week. You had to get away to clear the mind, though. But, yo, shit still went down in the city. Yes, man. This past Friday, yo, when we was out, you know, enjoying stuff, man. Yo, WTF moment. Yo, a 6-year-old girl, you guys, man. Yes, got shot in D.C. Yes, shot and killed, man. Yo, it's sad, man. Your kids can't even go outside and enjoy the weather, man. We already got so much shit that we battling, you know, with people maybe hating on us or you got the coronavirus or the Karens out there that's trying to do the most. But come on, bro. Like the little girl, man. This ain't the first time, and man, we will hopefully try to, you know, to end this. But man, like I talked about last year or a couple of months ago, man, just about another kid who was shot in D.C. just outside playing. You know, we can't even do that, and she was just riding her scooter, man, Southeast D.C., bro. Like, what the fuck, man?
Now to breaking news about that tragic shooting out of Southeast D.C. A 6-year-old girl has died and 5 others were injured in a shooting last night. Police say it happened at the corner of Malcolm X and MLK Boulevard a little after 11 p.m. D.C. police and the mayor just gave us some updates. Jess Arnold joins us live. Jess, what else do we know today?
Yeah, well, Charla, the police chief confirmed that this was a drive-by shooting, and they just released some surveillance footage of that car, a vehicle of interest. They also shared this flyer here where you can see a picture of that vehicle. I tweeted it out as well for you. Now, again, the chief confirmed that the 6-year-old victim in this case is right here, Naya Courtney, again, 6 years old. Now, I've been speaking to her family members all day long, and as you can imagine, they're just devastated. Now, police say that shots rang out a little after 11 o'clock at the corner of Malcolm X and MLK Boulevard. Now, police were sitting nearby, and the chief said an officer was at the scene in about 30 seconds. They said 5 adults, 3 men, and 2 women also were hit and sustained non-life-threatening injuries. Now, they're looking for a silver or gray-colored 4-door sedan. Again, I tweeted out that video. The chief is calling on the community to work together to solve this ongoing problem.
No more. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. The cowards who committed this crime came into this community without any regard for human life, without regard for Naya's life. An open fire, and that cannot and will not be tolerated. Residents and neighbors do not deserve to be torn apart by senseless acts of violence. It is time for us to say enough is enough.
The corner store owner further down the block said that Naya Courtney's family came to shop there all of the time. Now, he actually shared some of that surveillance footage that you saw with us. Now, that footage that you're looking at, and you're going to see again in this piece coming up, shows his part of the block a little bit further down, not the actual shooting itself, but it does capture those moments right after those shots were fired.
When I heard it was the little girl who I really know from she was a little girl, it was very saddened. It was really sad, and my heart was broken.
Ephraim Kasai owns the Melon Market, steps away from where police say the shooting happened. He was distraught watching this surveillance footage his camera captured of the moment shots rang out. You can see police a block away as people start running.
Something have to be done. I mean, the city have to do something about it.
Kasai says he watched the 6-year-old girl grow up, saying she even nicknamed him Curly because of his hair.
You know, we gave 5, we give hugs, you know, bring her in, give Slurpees and ice creams and whatever the case it could be. Because she's just very loving.
Now, he plans to do whatever he can to help the family get through this.
I'm here for them. I will help them whatever it takes.
Just riding her scooter, man. Just riding her scooter, just out and about, man. It's summertime, man. I understand a lot of people want to get away, you know. And like I said, man, growing up, man, I didn't go on a lot of trips. You know, we went to like Six Flags here and there, but like road trips never really, you know, did that, you know, whatever like that. Maybe my mom was, you know, more concerned about putting the roof over our head. And, you know, hey, that's just what it is. And, you know, when I talked about a lot in the documentary, she was all, you know, like, I'm sorry, you know, I wanted to be the best. I'm like, Mom, you've been the best mom. You is the best mom. So don't never, you know, sugarcoat that or just, you know, how I feel, you know, whatever like that. But, you know, man, like, bruh, everybody can't, you know, take those, you know, vacations or whatever. So if it's meant for a shorty or little girl or little boy want to go outside and play, let that be, man. But you can't do that when you got senseless people just doing crazy stuff, man. Really doing crazy stuff, yo, man. So I just want to, you know, shout out to the family, man. And, you know, police sort of got the vehicle or whatever, but man, it's sad, man. It's real sad, you know. WTF. Speaking of WTF, you guys, man, at Nats Park this week, it was a game the Nationals were playing. I don't even remember who they were playing, bro. And I think it was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday that went down, bro. Like, it was so crazy, man. Like, you know, it was a shooting outside of Nats Park.
Approximately 9:31, we received a call for service at this location here at South Capitol and O Street. Investigations at this point have led us to believe that 2 vehicles were involved in a shootout. So one vehicle pulls up, another vehicle pulls up next to it, engages that first vehicle in gunfire. An uninvolved citizen that was attending this game but outside the stadium was struck by gunfire. It was a mobile scene. The vehicles left and proceeded down south on South Capitol Street. One of the vehicles has been located and is being processed by law enforcement. The second vehicle we're still looking for, and as that information becomes more available, we'll put that out.
Inside the stadium was so much commotion going on, so much of everything going on that, you know, people thought it, you know, the shots was coming from inside the stadium or whatever. So it was just so much going on, like I was saying, but it was outside of the stadium and there was some road rage going on. 2 cars, was getting into it or whatever, people, and they just, like, it's not even funny though, but like they just start shooting them. A bystander got hurt, before the people, were shot or whatever. Like, it's just crazy though. It's crazy. It's the summertime. People want to get wild. Restrictions start to lift up. People just want to say, yo, man, hey, like, it's crazy, bruh. It's really crazy, man. WTF, man. WTF. But you guys, man, we're going to move on from that, you guys, here on the 1130 podcast this week. You guys, man, I was talking about it, man. Like I said, man, went on an awesome road trip. I went to Richmond, Virginia, you guys. Yes, Richmond, Virginia, always been like a third home to me. My second home has always kind of like been Baltimore, Maryland. I traveled more sort of Baltimore, Maryland than I did anywhere else, and I'm from DC, so I really haven't been nowhere. So anytime that I really get to travel or do, really some cool stuff and just get out my comfort zone, man, it's always awesome, man. And I advise everybody out there, man, whatever you got to do, man, whether you saving up the money or whether you and babe or you and your man's about to take the trip, man, for a weekend or whatever, man, do it, man, and just get out of your comfort zone. Like the biggest difference, for me, my road trip this weekend, man, like I'm from the city, man. As you hear in the intro, I'm from the city. DC is where I'm from, but like, man, like all you hear just about all days, man, it's just ambulance going past or fire trucks here or this, that, and there. So it's just so much. You can't get no peaceful. And sometimes doing these podcasts, I have to be, ready on prep. My hand on the mute button so I can just mute, because it's just like, bruh, but like, man, but just getting away and just seeing, just clearing your head and with the in-laws, man, and just getting away from social media. I took a couple of pictures, you guys, but I really wanted to, film more. But man, when I'm telling you down there and you're in the country, you ain't got no Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi, we had a little bit Wi-Fi. I'm gonna tell you about this little temper tantrum that I caught a little bit like a Friday night, because I was like, I think it was late, so I was like, okay, bet. The fans came back, for wrestling. Everybody know I'm a big wrestling fan. So I was just like, yo, man, this Friday night's last Friday is, it's gonna be a really big event. So I was like, all right, bet. I already got it, recorded on my storage. I'm gonna go back and watch it later on. So I'm like, all right, bet, I'm gonna get this Wi-Fi. But I was just like, but I had cellular data also. But the cellular data was just like, nah, brother. But hey, I got it working, man. I was just like, bro, and I was into it. Everybody was just like, Dre over there, he laughing, he just going through it. But man, it was so awesome. But like I said, man, I wanted to do like a little bit more. And hey, mom-in-law don't like to be on camera a lot, so I didn't want to, do too much recording. But yeah, man, like, it was going to be probably a special to my YouTube channel. But man, like I was saying, it was nothing but awesome. But besides no Wi-Fi, but you just want to, of course, just be in the moment, man. It was awesome. It was awesome taking a drive down there, and we went to Uncle Ernest's house, man. So it was really, really dope. Shout out to Uncle Ernest, man. I really love talking to them. Well-rounded, guys who's older than me. I always had that, thing where I always, had that connection with older people, and they just probably, see something in me, or, man, I see you stick around, or I see you doing this, and, and Uncle Ernest was like, man, what you do? And I told him about my podcast, man, and he was like, oh, yeah, and I had to tell him, what a podcast was, really about, because, nowadays, hey, because the best thing I come up with is your own radio show. Just like I'm here, my radio show here on EB Radio. So man, like I said, you guys, man, the trip was awesome, man. Of course, we had some grilled food, man, some grilled burgers, baked beans, man, and we had a pool party. We had an adult swim pool party. It was a late night joint, man. The joint was off the chain, man. I think that was really my highlight of the weekend. Yeah. Not a big swimmer. When I went down there 2 years ago, I got in the pool, but I stayed by the steps though. And I was like, I don't know. Babe got in the pool a little bit, but she was nervous. But this time it was like, all right, man, you know what? April, shout out to April, shout out everybody, man. Ileana, Michael, everybody, man. It was dope. Dave, man, it was just like, we get in the pool, because the kids went in and, man, got in that jump, bro, and it was life. Was just chilling. Had the little floaty around me, make sure I wasn't floating. sink down. The nigga do not know how to swim, bro. For real. But man, it was so cool, man. And just took in the moment and just, to be in there, and the surroundings was just so nice. The music was dope. The people, man, it was awesome, man. So like you said, man, and everybody are taking these road trips and getting on the plane and trying to go somewhere to have a good time, man. Everybody been stuck in the house, bro, or just been dealing with the kids or whatever it is, man. You need that little mental vacation to take yourself away from whatever's going on, man. Because like I said, you guys, man, I'm here on the podcast this Wednesday, bro. It felt like forever, man. It felt like forever. I dropped my wrestling podcast, of course, on Friday, and once that came out, a couple of hours, an hour or two later, I was on the road. So I didn't really have too much networking to do with that one. But, I was just like, all right. But, man, like I ain't been here in a minute, you guys, man. And I'm excited. But to share with you guys my road trip to Richmond, Virginia, hopefully maybe in a couple of weeks or months or whatever like that, man, we could tell you about another road trip that I've taken, man, because I would really like to travel so many places, man. My mom right now is actually on a trip to Miami. She never flew in a day of her life, and she is like, she was going through it, man, going through it. But, like I would just love, to travel places, because I always say, man, it's so much bigger than just Washington, D.C. or Maryland. Like I feel as though anybody who live like in New York, you visit New Jersey, you visit whatever, close place that's, there. So it's like Philly or whatever the case may be. So it's like I'm trying to go farther. So man, awesome road trip, you guys. Well, speaking of road trip, you guys, my brother-in-law said one cool thing, I was over listening to him. I was like, yo, man, it's kind of a conversation to kind of talk about on the podcast, because can we live together, you guys? When I say we, I'm talking, to the Black community, man, if or whatever, like I'm talking to you guys, man. Can we live together? And shout out once again to my guest last week, Quan John. He said something, he touched on it about family, like if, you got them certain type of family members in your family, you need to love them far away. Let's just put that. But if, you're that close, bonded, well-rounded family, like y'all tight and y'all do anything, man, then I guess this is for you guys, or whatever the case may be. But, he was like, man, yo, instead of, growing up, you guys, and just saying, yo, I can't wait to turn 18, 19 or whatever, 17, so I can leave the nest, or whether mom and dad, like, once again, from last week, mom and dad, ain't always perfect. It's no guide to raising children. I don't have none, but I hear it all the time. But can we all live together? And I thought that was like, that was something really like something to talk about and think about also, because like I said, we always wait till we, wanting to get older so we can have our own this or our own, just ours, and stuff like that. Instead of, maybe saying, yo, I'm 18 now and I'm gonna go get a job. 3 other people who, in the family go get a job, and we just work and support each other and live in this one house instead of paying market rent, $1,200, whatever rent you paying, you feel me, like that towards the white man, basically. Because we don't own our own communities. We don't, we don't own our own apartment. We don't own an apartment building, but a lot of guys out there talking about, yeah, this is my street, homie. This is my street. This is my land, bro. You don't own none of it. You don't own none of it. And when you dead and gone, bro, and everybody else, the white man still gonna be making money because the next tenant is moving in and blase though. But it's like, you gotta own it, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. But back to what I was saying. But can we live together, you guys? Black people, like, man, like another thing, I go back to my guest last week, man. My guy Quan John, said it about, people childhoods, a lot of people childhoods. Some people don't want to remember their childhoods. You feel me? My childhood was awesome. You feel me? My childhood was awesome. I grew up with this. I tell that in my documentary. You guys go check it out for yourself. But like everybody childhood ain't awesome. So it's like, yeah, how do you want to do that? You got maybe sisters and brothers who fought and fussed and fight, or don't have a great relationship with their dad because they saw their dad doing this to mommy or XYZ or mommy doing drugs. And do you really want to stay in that nest and sort of be be some type of, I'm trying to find the right word, but not an assist, not a help, but you basically feeding onto them and helping them basically, or whatever they're going through. You feel me? Or just taking yourself out of the situation and just, loving someone from afar, man. You can do that. You feel me? But can we live together? That's all I say. I say, yeah, we can, man. We got to own it first. Of course. We got to own it first. We got to, just like brother said, we got to find some place where we can have some acres and lands and stuff like that, because society is, it's all messed up. It's 2021, man. It's almost 2022. You feel me? Like the technology is getting brighter. It's getting smarter. You feel me? Like it's wow. Now they're not going to need us for nothing else after a while, man. So, like, bro, like you really, got to tap into everything that's, really going on and wanting to, start to being an entrepreneur, having your own, man, because at the end of the day, if it ain't yours, then what you doing all that for? You feel me? So like I said, us black people, we got to, own our own banks, man, so we can have our money, so we ain't got to worry about, certain things, and we got to own our own school, so, or at least have a lot more black teachers in schools than white teachers teaching, these black students, coming from these low income communities that don't really know nothing that really is going on about it, so it's crazy. But man, like I feel as though we can, I feel as though we can, to some, may not, but you guys, man, we gonna move on here, you guys, here on the 1130 podcast, you guys. Man, another story, you guys. Yeah, I might as well put this right along with the WTF moment, you guys, man. It's this woman, you guys, named Lorraine Grave, you guys. You may have heard the story over the weekend, may have not. If you haven't, man, well, sit back and check this one out because this one is kind of like really foolish, and really, you gotta be the dumbest criminal ever, like really ever. Okay, Lorraine Green is she is associated, or she is in connection with a murder that happened in Oklahoma, I believe, you guys. Tulsa, Oklahoma police department posted on a Facebook page, questioning, any whereabouts of, the murder or such. And I think, Lorraine Grave is really in connection. So they was like, yo, I want to, know something about her, whatever like that. She wound up commenting on the post, you guys. Yes, asking about the reward money. You got to be the dumbest. You got to be the dumbest to comment. She was accessory to this crime. So obviously, what I'm guessing, she commented on it, trying to get the reward money to turn, or, whoever, her people's in or whatever like that, bro. Like, WTF. And people who knew her was like, bro, you got to be stupid. Why are you commenting on this? Like, oh my goodness. Like, I'm like, if you see the photos right now, you guys, you got to be seeing, like, this shit is crazy. Like, you got to be the dumbest to comment on your own, shit, and be like, yo, where the reward money at? Like, I'm trying to get the reward money. Like, people would do anything for some money, bro. Anything for some money. Anything. Kill. That's why a lot of motherfuckers don't have Facebook. Like, my cousin was just around last week. He was like, bro, like, I don't got Facebook. I don't got no social media, bro. Like, I meate bros now. They be like, yeah, tell me. They don't even ask for your phone. They be like, what's the Instagram? Like, bro, like, kill. You ain't using it to like, promote your business or do something positive and not just be on that junk like you on The Circle. You feel me? For everybody who watch The Circle on Netflix, just trying to figure out, just being people. It's basically catfish. It's basically a catfish. You just you see the whole person instead of waiting till the end of the show, or whatever like that. But yes, man, she is arrested and she was charged, Lorraine Grave, man. It's crazy. WTF, man. But they go right along with them other WTF moments, man. But yeah, you gotta be the dumbest to comment on, some shit that you accessory to on the police jump, man. Like, real live though. Oh man. What a show. But you guys, man, I appreciate everybody who's joining me this week here on the 1130 podcast, man, here on EB Radio and YouTube, you dig, man. It's been an exciting show. Exciting Wednesday, too. It is warm out here, man. The hottest month of the year, boy, I tell you. Down there in Richmond, Virginia, man, I'm talking about all types of bugs, man, for real. I'm talking about flying everything. Everything flew. Even, I was about to say the cars even flew. We was ducking, but like, my mother-in-law was scared of all the little flying bats or whatever. Like, oh, man, I'm just like, damn. You feel me? We need to get back to the South Side. We need to get back to DC. It's a whole lot going on. But man, oh man, what a trip, you guys. What a trip. And what a day you guys have been. What a day I have been here on the podcast, man. I hope you guys were riding wavy this morning with my guys, man, over at the Ride the Wave podcast, man. They some dope guys, man. And also DJ Nikki Raines, man. Shout out to her also. You guys, man, check out Ride the Wave, man. Each and every Wednesday, you guys, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, they real wavy, you guys. And then, a program reminder, you guys, later on tonight, you guys, you don't want to miss the Notorious Moms podcast, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here exclusively on EB Radio. You dig, man? Man, they got some dope podcasts on EB Radio, man. So download the free EB Radio app for everybody who's watching on YouTube, you guys. And speaking of EB Radio, man, I'm about to pay some bills, man. Yes, here on EB Radio and YouTube, you did. But don't go nowhere, you guys, for real. I appreciate everybody who's joining me on the show. It's been a great one. So don't go nowhere. Come back. You're listening and you're watching to the 1130 podcast, you did.
With me. Yeah, they gon' hate, but they ain't stopping this. I'ma keep making hits. Dre and Wills, you know it ain't no copying. Was you sitting there on the carpet with us? Yeah,
Making a podcast just got a lot easier. Meet Anchor, the easiest way for anyone to make a high-quality podcast and distribute it everywhere audio is heard. No studio or fancy equipment needed. With Anchor, all you need to do to start podcasting is hold your phone up to your ear to record, either by yourself or with friends. You can also add music, background tracks, and voice messages from your listeners all right from your phone. Then publish it everywhere, including Apple Podcasts and Google Play Music with just one tap. That's it. You're all set up. It's really that easy. You can use Anchor on the go or from your desktop, and either way you get unlimited podcast hosting. All this combined means it just got ridiculously easy to make your own podcast, whether you're a beginner or a pro. And the best part is that Anchor's 100% free. Get the app now for iOS or Android, or visit anchor.fm to get started. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
when you rhyme from the bottom, then it feel more awesome. Don't be scared of us. Just approach with caution. 1130 podcast, nigga, is you watching? I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 podcast, Dre and Wills is the one.
Yo, you guys, welcome back here to the 1130 podcast. Appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout the commercial break, you dig, man. Yo, I'm back here on the podcast, man, here on EB Radio and YouTube. Yo, man, since we back here, we're going to talk about something fresh, man, something hot. This coming week, you guys, this week is the debut of the new release of the Popeyes new chicken nuggets. And we all know what happened, a couple of years ago when Popeyes released the daggone chicken sandwich, you guys. So please, can we have some sense? Can we please have some sense? I don't want to see nobody stumbling over people, rushing towards this or that, bro, and having fights. People got killed a couple of years ago, bro, fighting over Popeyes chicken sandwiches. So, and you know the crazy thing about that? A lot of that was word of mouth. People never, to this day, right now, people haven't taken that chicken sandwich. But they heard about it. It was that good. It was this good. Then why we can't do that for each other? You know, why we can't share each other beauty website, or why we can't share, this guy podcast, or support this person, or, like, why we can't do all of that? You feel me? Like, a lot of people, I was even saying it in the groups. Someone had said it I said it in the group too also, but someone else said it recently, like, it is like 10.1 thousand people in one, like, podcast groups. Like, we all should have thousands of followers, thousands of this or that. But it don't work like that, does it? No, it really don't, though. But it should, though. But hey, we all know how should goes or whatever. But come on, though. You feel me? Like, all these people here, we could support each other and, share this or do that. But no, we can say, yo, man, this Popeye sandwich off the chain. They ain't paying you not a dime to do it. You feel me? Not a dime. It's free. You feel me? So once again, man, shout out to the Honestly Helen podcast, who shared me on her IG story and stuff like that. Shout out to the Pro Fan Sports podcast. Shout out to the Dirty Hills podcast. Yo, man, like, it's free support. Yo, man, just go on your Instagram, man, like them Jones, or share their latest episode, or be like, yo, man, I dig this. You never know what that does, man. You gotta support each other. But hope everybody don't act a damn fool out here over these daggone Popeye's chicken nuggets, though. Like, for real, though. Like, that's why there's a shortage on every damn thing. There's a shortage on all the chicken wings or whatever. Like, come on, though. That's why there's a shortage on it. Popeye's coming up with a chicken sandwich. Burger King got the Shaking. Like, really? The Shaking, though? Man. The Shaking. Wendy's, I think Wendy's got one, don't it? I'm not even sure, but man, and the crazy thing is Chick-fil-A is like the godfather of the chicken sandwich, and I still haven't tasted this. I haven't even tasted it, even though I love McDonald's. That's a guilty pleasure of me, man. I love McDonald's, you guys, for real. A burger and some fries, I'm satisfied. I'm happy. I'm like a little kid at the candy store, but you feel me? But yo, man, like, for real, don't you guys go wild, man. Like I said, I haven't had the McDonald's ones. I had the Popeyes, so that's cool. But telling you guys, please don't go wild over that, man. For real, they bringing something back, something fresh, I guess. Speaking of something fresh, you guys, or that's coming back, Power, you guys. Yes, Power is coming back, and I'm not too sure if it came back this Sunday or last Sunday. I might be mistaken. Might gotta do some research, you guys. But whether it did or not, I'm a little late, or if I'm early, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. Power book is the Raising Canaan part. I gotta get caught up on the last couple of episodes, you guys, because of the last John was Power Book Ghost 2 or something like that. Really getting into the more of the details that Tyreek, him, really he killed his father, and he just trying to stay out of trouble, and as long as he can get everything, he can get everything goes ahead as long as he finished school, get A's and B's and all that great stuff. And then Tasha, I believe, was still locked up. So like I said, I haven't got into it. I was really digging Mary J. Blige, sort of new I expect on the show, everything she done was always, kind of like, the shit, because that's Mary J. Blige, you feel me? Like, my mama, was cringing everything Mary J. did. To see Mary J. on this show, it's kind of dope, it's give her no side up. So it really is kind of dope. Yeah, I guess it was kind of dope, man. I think this aspect of seeing Mary J. Blige on this show was something similar, maybe, just maybe, something similar to when Kurt Franklin cursed out his son, and everybody was going wild. It was like, yeah, dog, he cursed out his son, bro. Like, he is human. Like, come on. He is fucking human. Oh, man. It's crazy. Crazy. And yo, man, we like, 30 minutes into the show, man. This has been a great show. Like I said, man, I got back to the road trip this past Monday, like 1 in the morning, something like that, you guys. And right after that, you guys, man, because the fans are back. Everybody, like I said, know me. I'm a big wrestling fan. I watched it basketball. Everything. I watched it, just about every sport that came back with fans and stuff like that. It's a big weekend. I caught SmackDown a little late, and I was just like, yo, man, I'm tired. I need to bed, need a shower also, man. Been out in the country. So I was like, man, I got in. I sat up for a little while, watched Money in the Bank, you guys. Really going to talk heavily about this Friday, you guys, on Talk Pro Wrestling. So please join me this Friday. But you guys, I got to say something about it right now, you guys. John freaking Cena Yes, man. Everybody out there, I know, man, all the 30 years old, 40, whoever, how old you are, man. I know you jumped out to see. I was actually laying in the bed. So I done woke Bay up. She like, Bay, come on, lay down, go to sleep, because we was just getting back from the trip and everything. So I was just like, I was really excited to see that. And the first pay-per-view back full effect with the fans. So I was up. But I know everybody, man, and your mama, the kids too, obviously when it originally aired though, but when I was watching, it was going off like 5 a.m. So I was like, yo, man, like John freaking Cena, you guys, is back in World Wrestling Entertainment, in the WWE, you guys. So kudos to that, man. That was a really big thing. The whole pay-per-view was awesome, man, top to bottom. A little confusing stuff, but it was great, you guys. But one thing about John Cena, you guys, that I think wrestling fans, and I think other wrestling fans already figured out, but it's certain guys, even Mojo Rawley, you guys. Mojo Rawley can't figure out his real name. I think he goes by his real name now. He was released by the World Wrestling Entertainment earlier this year. I'm not too sure, maybe last year, but nonetheless, he was released, and obviously he's going into, acting, trying to be an actor and, do some things, stuff like that. Everybody can't be a Dwayne Johnson. Everybody can't be The Rock. And of course, man, Hollywood, it's like Hollywood, and I don't see it from just this perspective. I heard it from different perspective, just on race too, like it can't be, 2 or 3 comedians at once, especially black comedians at once in Hollywood propelling, doing a thing. No, it only have to be one. It only could be one. It can only be one black woman, at a time doing a thing. It only could be one, it's like that. And Hollywood got their thing, you feel me? The Rock is that big, mega transitional guy who transferred and basically used wrestling as a springboard to do what he really wanted to do. And there's no shame in that, you guys, man. There's no shame in that. My thing is just, come on, show some love here. But, he propelled and, he's doing that though. But it's like Hollywood don't really accept John Cena like they accept, like they accept The Rock. And also that goes for Dave Bautista too. DC native, former pro wrestler, they don't accept him as well neither. And I don't think, I don't know. Of course, Hollywood got their, Pacific, ones and no politics behind it all, man. It's always politics going on. Always politics, man. Crazy. Speaking of politics, you guys seen that clip where UFC, of course, happened, I think, last weekend. Not this past weekend, last weekend. And it was stories going around. Donald Trump was there and they didn't show him on the screen or whatever like that. I know somebody was like, yo, Donald Trump is here. Come on, show him. No, I'm not showing him. He's not president. No more. Nobody, we are tired of seeing him. Hey, yo, that's crazy as a bug. Hey, I would have been like that in the truck too. You know what? No, we're not showing him. We're going to go to another fighter or we're going to commercial break. Like, man, politics, man. Politics, you guys. But you guys, man, yo, this has been an awesome show, you guys, here on the 1130 podcast. You dig? Yes, man. Awesome show, you guys. I tell you guys each and every week, man, as I embark on the 100th episode of the 1130 podcast. I've been taking you back over a couple of weeks, sharing, some cool, dope interviews that I had with some cool guests, man, entrepreneurs, authors, whether they podcasters, music artists, whatever the case may be, man. So, that'd have been awesome. I want to thank everybody for helping the 1130 podcast get over 10,000 views on YouTube, 1.1, you guys, thousand subscribe, 1,111,000 subscribers on YouTube. I thank you guys so much, man. For everybody who's watching on YouTube, listening on EB Radio, make sure you head over to YouTube after this show is over on the radio, man, and go subscribe. You feel me? Go subscribe. You can subscribe now while you're listening on EB Radio, man, and just subscribe, man, for real. Just subscribe, and yeah, you're gonna get all the great content that the 1130 podcast brings to you each and every week, man. So thank you guys once again. And also shout out to EB Radio and my guy Bart King Bar and everybody over at EB Radio for doing what they do for me. Thank you guys. Yeah, make sure you follow the 1130 podcast so you don't miss an episode, because we are getting to that 100th episode. This has been a awesome journey, man. I loved every bit of it. Man, it felt like I had been here in a minute since that little weekend vacation, man, and just getting away from just everything social media and just, just everything, the city life, everything, man. And come back to here in the city and just hear so much, news and tragic stuff happening over the weekend, man. It's so crazy, man. So crazy. Kind of wanted one of them daggone burgers again from off that grill, man. My daggone father-in-law, man, he was throwing down on the grill, man. Throwing down, you guys, man. Yo, man, we had a blast, man. We had a blast, yo, man. What an episode. What an episode, you guys. Yo, I'm about to head on out of here, you guys. I appreciate you guys sticking with me and coming back to the 1130 podcast this week here on EB Radio and on YouTube, man. For real, it's been an honor. It's been a dope, man. I'm always nervous and excited. They say, man, if you don't get nervous, man, or, you don't love it. You ain't ready for it, man. And I'm always, well, I ain't got to guess. I'm nervous because it's always about, the perception, of course. And yes, like my man said last week, Quan John, man, shout out to him. I just love his, this motivational stuff he do and everything, man. One of the questions, what you learn about kids, and he was talking about being the ages from 4 through 10, man. That's what we really was ourselves, being ourselves. And I had to sit back and think of that. And I'm like, yo, man, he is right. Because about 4 to 10, bro, you don't give a damn. You feel me? You don't give a damn about nothing. Ain't nothing, like, for real. So we got to get back to that as humans, man. Just not caring what people think about us, man. Just doing what you got to do in life just to, survive. Whether, but, still hold, still have some pride in yourself, or trying to find the right word, some dignity. Don't go out there and just sell yourself and look like a fool, for real. So come on, man. Come on, you guys. Oh man, like I said, awesome show, you guys. Awesome show. And I'm out of here, you guys. Yo, before I do, don't forget, you guys, to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter at Dre on Wheels, Instagram at the 1130 podcast, like the 1130 podcast on Facebook. Yes, go subscribe for the last time, man. Go subscribe to the 1130 podcast on YouTube. Catch up on some old dope episodes, man. Or whatever the case may be. Like I said, we getting to the 100th episode. And also check out the 1130 podcast. Check out on the 1130 podcast YouTube channel. Check out the documentary, you guys, man. It was an awesome episode. Stay tuned, man, to the socials and everything for some new content coming to the YouTube channel. So this is going to be real fun, man. Really fun. If you would like to be a guest here on the podcast, email me. That's the 1130podcast at gmail.com, or just DM me on social media so we gonna work, man. And also, you guys, man, the 1130 podcast talk pro wrestling. I was talking some wrestling just a few moments ago about John Cena making his huge return, and also, being secondary or maybe third in Hollywood as far as wrestlers goes, because he always got that spot where he can come back. It wasn't like a Rock, man. Rock didn't make no time to come back. He came back in 2011 and said, I'm never leaving you again, and he left again. So it was like, bro, man, Dwayne, if you listening, I'm pretty sure you probably ain't, but if you are, why you say that? Why you say that? I'm pretty sure you may come back, so I'm gonna chill on that, you guys. Tune in this Friday, you guys, for the 1130 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling. Let me chat some wrestling, man, and chat it all up, man, about Money in the Bank. It was lit this past Sunday. We had Slammiversary also this past Saturday, you guys. We saw Mickey James arrive back in Impact, so that's crazy. Jay White made his debut in Impact, you guys. So, man, with the wrestling fans back and everything, man, it's going down, you guys. And also, it's Wednesday, so tonight, well, man, we got night 2 of Fighter Fest going down. So, man, it's everything. So, I'm going to talk about it all, you guys, this Friday on Talk Pro Wrestling, you guys. So go tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or here on the YouTube, man. For real, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Yo, man, what a day. What a day, man. Yo, trust the process, man. For real, trust the process, man. You got to grind it out. For real, you got to grind it out. And yes, man, for all my wrestling fans, shout out to all my wrestling fans, man. I was going wild, and it was just like, wrestling? Yeah, wrestling. That's what makes me happy, wrestling. So, hey, if that's it, let it be. Hey, I'm just nobody else. Hey, but yo, man, do what makes you happy. For real, man. Do what makes you happy. Trust the process, man. Believe in yourself, because yo, a lot of people would just, they don't like to see you succeed, especially if they ain't figured it out in life. If they ain't figured it out in life, bro, they hate it. They big hate it, and they ain't living life. Because if you be living life, if you was living life, you wouldn't have time to hate on, the next, person. But yo, like I said, live life and also give all the glory to God. You know how we end it here on the podcast each and every week. You guys give all the glory to God. Thank him, man. For real. He will do it, man. For real. He will do it. Yo, it's been an awesome episode. I will see you guys next week here on EB Radio and YouTube, you guys, for the 1130 podcast show. Stay blessed. Stay safe out there, you guys. And let's keep going at it. Keep grinding. Yo, it's your man Dre, a.k.a. Dre on Wheels. And I'm out.
I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one. Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Yeah. I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one.
He the one, nigga.
So Breeze, baby.
He the one.
Who with me?
So Breeze, baby.
Let's get it. You with me? Yeah, they gon' hate, but they ain't stopping this. I'ma keep making hits. Dre and Wills, you know it ain't no copying. Was you sitting there on the carpet with us? Yeah, we knew we had some options. We blessed, we ain't got them problems. Speak something that I gotta be honest. Told him